And like 4,000 calories. The modern life is great. Most societies are at their safest in history, and our lifespans are the longest. Although the modern life is great, it also traps most people, because since we were kids, we were told to do this, this, and this. We go and study for 10 to 20 years, and then after that, we're told to get a job and work our job for decades. And only once we retire can we start to then enjoy life. Now, the thing is, of course, when we are studying and working, we are contributing to society, but on the other hand, it also makes us work like machines. I believe as human beings, we are designed to chase our goals. Even though life is getting better and better and the lifespans are only increasing, there is definitely more and more people getting diagnosed with depression, and the suicide rate is rising. So the mental health problem is definitely only getting bigger. And while there are solutions, it is definitely different for everyone. The solution for me was to chase after my goals and keep healthy. I decided to combine those two. When I was living in China, my weight increased a lot because of the environment and me not fueling my body correctly, and also having the lack of motivation to work out. I never wanted to eat healthy, I never wanted to go for walks, I never wanted to run, and if I did, it was always like once a month or something. I would get into it and then say I feel so good, and then I would kind of give up. So when we moved to Bali, with the environment change and the mentality shift, I decided to challenge myself to 100 days of working out. I wanted to kind of test the hypothesis that you can work out for 100 days without taking a rest day if you are looking after your recovery. I also wanted to prove that if I set my mind to something, I can achieve it, and as well as if you are going to work out, you don't necessarily need a gym. And I know, 100 days sounds like a lot, but what was going through my head is that back in the day, our ancestors didn't have a choice. If they were hungry or if they wanted to survive, they had to go out and move their body to do the hunting and gathering. So what made us any different? I put it to test, and I have changed every day's workout. Like, I've changed it up a bit. Sometimes it's HIIT, sometimes it's walking, sometimes it's runs, sometimes it's swimming, sometimes it's yoga, and there has been a lot of stretching to make sure that I don't burn out and that I'm looking after my body. Now, on the 81st day of my working out, I was challenged to do 12 F45 classes with guys from Shuffle and Strides. They're a running group here in Bali, and it's run by Nick and Jack. And they said I was crazy enough to join them to do the 12 F45 classes in order to raise awareness for mental health here in Bali. This kind of fits perfectly with what I'm doing because I'm 3 months into the challenge, I'm feeling really good, my mentality has shifted, I feel like a whole new person. So I kind of immediately replied to them, heck yes, let's do it. 4:20 in the morning, and it's time to get going. I have never woken up at 3:40 on a Friday morning to drag my ass to the gym in the dark. But there is a first time for everything. We started our first class at 5 a.m. in the morning, and only after the second class did we watch the sunrise from the gym window. I also remember around 8 a.m. Adam was leaving the gym and he came to say goodbye to me, and at that time I asked him if he was going off to eat lunch, and he gave me this weird look and was like, it's 8 a.m., what are you talking about? But that just goes to show how off my time perception was, because at that moment, we'd been pushing so hard and it felt like we were in the gym for the whole day already, but we'd only done 3 classes. Fast forward another 3 classes and more pushing on, and it was eventually time to take a break, and we had a 2-hour lunch break where we just spent time lying on the gym floor and eating lunch, and then it was on to class 7 and 8. And I remember like just before the 7th class, I had this weird feeling that I'm halfway done. I've done 6 out of the 12 classes, and I feel like it's totally enough to call it a day. But then again, I'm also not giving up. We pushed on for the 7th and the 8th class, and I was feeling really good. And then came the 9th and the 10th class, where my energy dipped quite a bit and my quads and my hamstrings were absolutely crying. I just remember thinking in my head, my legs are saying no, but my mind is like, go, go, go. So I hopped on the spinning bike to try and recharge for the last 2 classes. And then like, it was perfect timing because at the end of the 10th class, they hired a DJ, so the DJ came in and he was playing music, and there was a whole bunch of fit people joining the class. There was a whole bunch of footy teams joining the class. So it was busy, the energy was just like skyrocketing. Everyone was dancing, everyone was singing, we were cheering each other on, and everyone was pushing so hard. I remember also around that time, I went to Jack and I asked Jack like, hey dude, how you feeling? And he was like, I'm feeling great. Looked like, you know, he'd just been on a Sunday stroll. He was like, I'm feeling great. I could go on forever. We did the 11th and 12th class and we were done, and after the 12th class it was just so much energy coming up. Dead. Almost exactly. Been working out for 8 hours and like 4,000 calories. Dead. But that was amazing.
This is the stinkiest photo we've ever taken.
We worked out for 8 hours and I burnt about 4,000 calories. It is by far the hardest I've worked out in the past 10 years. I'm just so proud of everybody who took part. There were some people who did 1 class, there were some people who did 6 classes, and then there were 6 of us who did all 12 classes to raise awareness for mental health here in Bali, Indonesia. It was such an amazing experience. Like the energy in that room the whole day doing those 12 classes was absolutely incredible. And the very next day I actually met up with Shuffle and Strides to go for a walk on the beach, because there is no ways that I'm dropping the ball now. I mean, I'm almost done with the challenge. I'm not dropping the ball. Yeah, so I hope this video motivated you and I hope it made you feel a little bit inspired. That's all from us, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye bye!